I like always starting out with my favorite political joke, and that would be George W. The gift that keeps on giving, even though you wish, please. I'm going to do a couple of haiku interspersed with these two poems, just so you can know that I can actually write high-class stuff. So haiku. Even here, that Arizona burial ground is not quiet. Even here, that Arizona burial ground is not quiet. And that segues into this first piece. If you ever look at the news and read the newspapers, wow, anyway. This is called good news. All right. I want some good news, people. No, not that born-again, Bible-humping bullpucky you've heard tell of. No, I want real good news. And not just for a minute or here or there like you get during a KPFA fundraiser, not what you get in faux news during a slow day. No, by God, I want the real deal. I want a whole work week stuffed full of it. With each bookending weekend fit to bursting. I want to know what it feels like to turn on the TV and feel good. I want to feel good every time I think about anything I can think of. I want to be double-dipped, full of, smeared with good news. I tell you, I want to look at the sky and not think about chemtrail conspiracies. I want to feel the wind in my hair without wondering what kind of toxic crap is being carried along from the sewers of India, China's deserts, or Japan's godforsaken nukes. I want to wake up, turn on NPR, and hear about wonderful things. Expanding forests, glaciers coming back along with fish populations, safe cell phones that pay you to use them, free food being given out, rent reductions running rampant. I want to hear Obama talk about giving back trillions of dollars to the people, closing Guantanamo, giving up on nuclear power, bringing troops home from Iraq, Afghanistan, Yemen, Bahrain, Oman, Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, Pakistan, Turkmenistan, Nepal, Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, and the 123. I want to hear him go on and on about Perp walking Bush and his whole suffering asshole crew. Placing a still like that rim-jobbing bum hopper ever made. Prisons are being shuttered because millions of people have decided to take care of one another. That godless heathen multinationals are hiring shitloads of people because they're bringing back rock-solid planned retirement on them, God-blessed union jobs back to the good old US of A and by the millions. I want to hear about green houses, green cars, green factories, green makeup, green jobs, and a greening, self-sustaining world. Well, I want to hear about how every person entering the job market says the same ding-dong thing. Gee, I don't know which of these jobs I would like. And say, why don't all you companies just take a number, for Christ's sake? And I want the good news to go on every freaking day. I want to hear about millions giving up smoking, taking up Pilates, volunteering for charity work, and that everyone has 2 chickens in every pot, a good, well-built American car in every garage, and by that, I mean one that gets 500 miles per fuel, takes a 50-mile-an-hour head-on crash with no damage or injury to its passengers, lasts as long as you frickin' want to keep it, and gets free tune-ups, brake jobs, and tires while you own it. I want to hear about scenic passenger trains coming back. I want to hear about scientists being listened to. Hello. Yeah. Getting global warming on the run, replacing oil, nuclear power, and natural gas, finding a way to prevent alcoholism, using the cures for cancer that we already have, and have begun terraforming the earth, for God's sakes. I want to hear day after day of good news, so that by the time the 4th day dawns, I'll have some idea of what life is like in a world that makes sense. So I'll be looking forward to the next damn day. So I'll be glad to get up, donate to good causes, of which there'll be thousands, and every one of them will be doing very, very well, thank you very much. I want all the guns in the world to be turned in, broken up, and melted down to make anything else. I want to hear that every soldier, intel wonk, officer, commando, or insurgent has renounced violence and are getting busy building shelters, planting trees, cleaning beaches, counseling the hopeless, caring for the needy, handing out bread, bringing in water, giving emergency care to the destitute, rescuing cats from trees, and kissing babies. I want them all to get busy fixing every broken toilet, leaky refrigerator, broken window, noisy refrigerator, and God-blessed potholes, all of them in the whole universe. They'll be fixed, that they're working with farmers to grow more food, unlocking potential, opening floodgates, and applying bandages, splints, and helping. I want to hear about bastard bankers making microloans and giving grants, that defense departments have been shut down, that research and development funding is going to make better computers, cars, planes, trains, tractors, shoes, lights, batteries, houses, cities, colleges, schools, basketball, and food courts. I want to hear about a better understanding between religions, races, politicians, historical enemies. I want to hear about borders being erased, hatreds evaporating, ignorance giving away, reason running rampant, and every form of love being accepted by everyone everywhere. By God, I want a week of such good news as people have never, ever had. So when I go outside, and I get my free cup of fair trade, organic, sustainable coffee, and an organic everything bagel with wild-caught salmon schmear, everyone will be walking about more than a bit dazed, more than a bit confused, but each and every one of them will be happy. Hallelujah. I say, brothers and sisters, I yearn and dream and pray for such a week. I say, I want a week of good news, a flood, an ocean, a sky full of wonder, so that every memory of this time, this horrific, festering butthole, this stupid-ass jack-shit, fucked-up, university-claiming, god-awful, unholy, rank, festering, pestilent, losing scams is gone. I want a week of good news, my friends. I say, I want a week of such good news that glory, unbounded, I know, hallelujah, I say, I just know, we all want to see. By all bad news. And I said to a friend of mine, I said, there should be good news. He said, you should write about that. So, chapter 1. Okay, so this is another haiku. Everybody knows what a water strider is. You just got to make sure water strider. Nope, you know. Oh, those little bugs that sit on top of the water go.
Look like a spider.
Look like a spider, except for right on top of the okay, there we go. Because I don't want to leave. No, pull up that line. Okay. Water strider kicks, ripples the moon. So this is in honor of the musicians here, and before I go on, I want to thank David for inviting me here because I was actually scared to get up and think, oh my God, these people are good. Anyway, so here we go. This is jazz solo. Jazz solo. I mean to say jazz solo. Jazz is from the moment that it is to the moment that it was. Is. Dig? See, I know I can scat like a cool cat to be where it's at, beep it bop, beep bop, beep bop, beep 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 zing, but being up here on stage, scooping up something here off this page, I mean to say this is for you, not for me, see? And I could be talking out of my hat and not be all that, so I'll make my anthem both sweet and uplifting to your soul as light and drifting and up in that clear cerulean sky to the Lord himself parts those glory clouds and says, my, hallelujah, but that good old boy can play it on the fly. But to get back to jazz, you see, this poor narrator can hardly hope to give you its meaning without seeming dope. Without saying those things that someone else has said, because I don't want to be demeaning or talking out of my head, but I can ask you real slow, if you really know what it is that mixes up heat, beat, and beguile, what blends enchantment and soul with style. And you better keep in mind that you best be where you at, because mama ain't never allowed no double talk up in here, and that's just that. See, it's an honest space, a free space, a space so spacious, well, my gracious, I'd like to go on, but I couldn't begin to cast a spell, so you out there listening, well, you'll have to hear real well. Some of y'all see my point already, my disguise being so thin, but I'll try for you anyway to make it a win-win. And you know, I know that you know that I know you know I know that you all want to go 8 miles high, hip-hop all over the globe, so fly, making it here, and same time you wonder where. I know you know what I'm talking about isn't just chance, or the drummer's chops that break up the dance, the brass and the strings that beat up their things, but the singer lets loose a wail that really, really tells the tale, even if only to an idiot signify nothing, or being like me, kind of pale. But what gliding on moonlight does, what swimming in the ancient sea was, what dream drifting in a daze is, what floating like unto a haze is. Jazz is the sound heard everywhere. You carry it with you when you hum soft air. I mean, this is jazz with a capital J, or with all caps all the way. And you can be skinny or playing it fat, and sometimes it strains over the old Hazarat, or colors up the cumulus clouds high over valley, or gleams like Xanadu's mirage as you blink back tears from the shimmering glide of the Rubal Kali. It whispers over the Solomons and Bangalore. It echoes over the Rift Valley. It covets the great Pacific shore. It's the wavering light upon Tut's pyramids, the Transamerica, or Notre Dame's spires. It's the sound of this age. It's ever new. It conspires. So when you hear it, when I hear it, it's it. The bee's knees, the cat's PJs, the drunken jackass with his pants full of fleas, ships at the sea roll at the scroll, clouds surmount the mountains in the cold, and everything is getting old. But jazz is what it is from the moment that it is until it was, is now. To get back to it, think of everything you've ever heard, every dream you've ever tasted, and give me the word, just so it's not about makeup and breakups, moo and the moon, ancestral chains, or the myriad of mystified brains, just so it's not the blank look of every stranger's face, the disguise of the ordinary, a cut to the chase, the wrinkle in reality, the lovelorn thing, the changing times of nothing changing, and the sense of it all being one shiny, bright thing. No, it is not ordinary. Not in the least. That's what I mean about jazz. It's an ever-loving feast. And I mean jazz with a capital J, and then toss in some laughter. Because jazz is what it is, and all that comes after.